Hello, this is for procedure on taking notes using the online textbook. I'd like to show you that. You'll be taking notes a lot this year, and in it, every 2 pages in the textbook, you have to write down 4 key facts. I'm going to go over those key facts, and then I'll take you to the online textbook and show you how to do it. So, with anything with notes, I like you to try to look for 4 things with history. So the first one up here is you draw a little clock by the edge of it, and then you write something that's important to a date. I'll show you an example from last year. Okay, so here's a student's notebook. Da, da, da. So you can see they drew little images, a clock, a line, a star, and a question. Okay, they labeled it Europe in the Middle Ages, Byzantine Empire. Okay, so they had a little label, and then they wrote those little icons. It's good for you to be able to look back at your notes and see what it's about. When you write the date, you need to also write its meaning, okay, its significance. Okay. Oh, let's see how to spell significance. Whoa. I don't know what that is. So then you so in that type, it might be 17th century. It might be 1517 when Martin Luther nailed something to the door, the 95 Thesis. You also want to find a key term. Sometimes the textbook will have an underlined or highlighted term, and you can write that term down and its definition. Sometimes there won't be a highlighted term, and you just need to pick out something that's important and be like, Quran, that's the holy book of Islam. It might not have been underlined, but you're like, that's a key term. I want to write that down. An important fact, you put a star by it, that's just any important fact. Now, the question is important. Last year, a lot of students made their questions way too hard. Like, what was Martin Luther's mother's name? I'm like, nobody knows that. That doesn't matter. Make it a lot easier. For instance, Martin Luther was trying to break away from what major church or what major denomination? And the correct answer there would be the Catholic Church. So that is a general question. Kind of think, you know what, in 3 years from now, if somebody asked about world history and about Martin Luther, what's at least one fact I should know? Don't be too crazy specific about things, okay? So make your question easy, but then also make sure you answer it. All right, so I'm going to show you an example here. So to get your online textbook, you want to go to Clever. Hopefully you've bookmarked that, okay? That should log you in. If you're not logged in, you log in using Google. Okay. All right, once you're in, you're either looking for McGraw-Hill or you're looking for R. Curtis's page. Okay. Either way, we're looking for the McGraw-Hill. That's our textbook. Okay. All right. Your page will look a little bit different. I have the teacher edition and the student edition. Okay, so once you're here, you need to find the correct chapter and lesson you're going to. Our first thing will be chapter 3, and then it's going to be lesson 1. Okay, chapter 3, lesson 1, and then I press go. You'll look in each day's in Schoology, you'll see what notes am I supposed to do today. All right, if you look down here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and R. Okay. Well, you're responsible for every 2 boxes doing those 4 key notes. So I'm going to do 4 notes for 1 and 2, 4 notes for 3 and 4, 4 notes for 5, 6, and 7. If there's an odd number, then just include that last page in the previous 2 pages. Okay. So we're kind of rounding down, but so you're doing notes over 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then you would normally do 5, 6, and then maybe 7, 8, but Since there is no 8, we get to round down and do it for 5, 6, and 7. So here we've got a lot of keywords. Christian humanism. You'd want to try to label it. If there's a label, it'd be like, okay, my notes are prelude to Reformation. Okay. And Christian humanism would be a good word. We want to find a date in there. Second half of 15th century. That's a date. And you can write about what it is. Began in the early 1500s. You can be like early 1500s, Protestant Reformation began. Anyways, first you read the 2 pages. Okay, you just read. You don't write down anything. You just read the 2 pages. And then you go, okay, I got to write down 4 things. So let me write down those 4 things. And then you go, okay, got it. So let me read the next 2 pages. Okay, read the next 2 pages. Try to soak it up. And then go, okay, now I got to write down 4 things. And then read the next, here we go, 3 pages. And then write down your 4 key things. Okay. When you're done, you take a picture, either using your phone or using your computer. You can hold it up, use the picture icon, and scoot back to where I can see all of your notes and go boom. Okay. I do need you to write it on paper. So yeah, I know if your handwriting is poor, then now is a great time to practice it. Some people have dysgraphia where they really can't draw, can't write letters, in which case you can write to me about that, and you'd have to be diagnosed by a doctor. Anyways, write to me if that's you, and we'll work out something. But otherwise, work on your handwriting. Take a picture of it. If you get the we'll see if there's a Schoology app that works on your phone. A lot of people were just turning that in. But otherwise, yeah, there you go. If you have any questions, always email. Okay, sounds good.